Let's talk about one of the more surprising teams to start this season. The Portland Trailblazers are currently 9-3 and the 2 seed in the West, trailing just the Utah Jazz. Just like everybody predicted, right? So how are they playing so well to start the season? Well, let's look at some of the numbers and break down this team. But before I get into that, if you are a new viewer who knows ball, please smash that subscribe button. And if you don't sub, you will end up like Ben Simmons at the free throw line, and nobody wants to see that. Just under 98% of you guys who are watching are not subscribed. Let's change that and ball out together. Coming into the season, the Portland Trailblazers were not getting much hype following a 27-55 injury-filled season in which the Blazers also traded away CJ McCollum. Well, 12 games into this season and the Blazers already have 1/3 of the amount of wins as they did for the entire season last year. So how are they doing it? If we take a look at their roster, we can see this team is very balanced so far to start the year. We have 6 players averaging over 9 points a game. Those players are Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Jerami Grant, Nurkic, Josh Hart, and rookie Shaedon Sharpe. It seems like everybody on this team knows their role so far. Dame and Simons are going to play, make, and score at a high rate. Jerami Grant will give you around 18 to 20 while playing good defense and doing a great job on the glass. Nurkic will set great screens and get great looks from Dame while dominating the boards. And speaking of dominating the boards, Josh Hart is averaging just under 9 rebounds a game at 6'4". He has a knack for knowing where the ball will be and making sure that he gets that rebound. I also really like what I've seen from Shaedon Sharpe. He moves his feet well on defense, and he has a 7-foot wingspan. His defense will only get better from here on out. This team's starting 5 is really feeling very well balanced, and if someone is out for a game or two, they have a guy who can step right in and start in that player's place. The Blazers also have really nice complementary bench pieces like Eubanks, Nazir Little, Gary Payton, and Justice Winslow. But if you're looking for more reasons to know that they're a well-balanced team, well, the Blazers have played 5 games this season without Damian Lillard, 4 of them because of a calf injury and 1 due to rest. They're 3-2 in those 5 games. Simons has also missed 2 games, and a bunch of different guys have missed a game, which isn't uncommon, but they're still winning, which is very important. When you can win games when shorthanded, it says a lot about the depth on your team. Not only does it say a lot, but it gives players confidence that they can come in and help the team win. Confidence is a dangerous thing to have in sports, and the Blazers are exemplifying great team chemistry. I think the Jerami Grant trade completely changed the outlook for this team. The Blazers were able to trade for Jerami Grant after they created a $21 million trade exception when they traded away CJ McCollum. All it cost the Blazers was a 2022 second-round pick, a 2025 first-round pick via Milwaukee, a 2025 second-round pick, and a 2026 second-round pick. While Jerami Grant has never been an all-star, he's been very close for the last few years. He averaged 20.9 points a game while he was in Detroit for 2 seasons, and his scoring hasn't taken a hit while playing with Dame and Simons. He's currently 3rd on the team, scoring at 19.2 points a game. One of the reasons this was such a big pickup was because of his size and defense. Now no disrespect to CJ McCollum, who is a great player himself, but the Blazers needed someone who could defend and not get killed on switches when it comes to the playoffs. He might not be as great of a shot creator as CJ, but trust me, he can still get buckets and he's going to help this team immensely. What's one way that almost guarantees that you'll be a good team? Winning on the road. The Blazers are currently a league-leading 6-1 on the road. Over the last 5 years, the Blazers have had a road record of 92-108, and last year's record was 10-31. Now think about that for a second. They have 6 road wins in 7 games this season after having only 10 all of last season. Almost all playoff teams have at least a 500 record at worst on the road. If the Trailblazers continue to win on the road, then they should be finding themselves back in the playoffs. Chauncey Billups has done an amazing job so far this season. Chauncey's only coaching experience before taking this position was being the assistant coach for the Clippers back in 2020. I don't have any sort of data to back this up, but I personally feel that smart basketball players end up as good coaches and that players buy into them more because they know that their head coach has done what they're doing now. They have lived that same life, they can relate to the players. I think it goes a long way for a locker room personally. That's why I also think Sam Cassell will be a good coach one day, hopefully with the Sixers. But let me not get ahead of myself because I'll be talking about that a lot whenever I make a video about how Doc Rivers needs to be fired. Anyway, back to Chauncey. If I knew my coach was a 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Defense, and a Finals MVP, then I would definitely want to soak in all the information that I can, especially if it was at the same position as me. I'm not sure if he's the main reason why this team is so good on the road, but Chauncey Billups definitely has his boys ready to play night in and night out. I believe that the Trailblazers are in a great position. I don't know if they'll be able to maintain this level of high play, because it's really hard to go 9-3 in a 12-game stretch, but I definitely think that they're built well enough to get a top 6 seed in the West. And any Blazers fan coming into the season would tell you that they would definitely be fine with that. I'm excited to see how this team unfolds and what type of moves they make at the trade deadline if they continue to win at this high level. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe so that I could see you in my next one.